Welcome to Wrestling with Snipes. Today we'll be taking a look back at AEW Dynamite for November 27th, 2024, the aftermath of Full Gear. Dynamite kicks off with the Hurt Syndicate. MVP says this is an official statement from the Hurt Syndicate. When MVP gives you a business card, it's like being given a golden ticket. It's an opportunity to change your life. MVP says Swerve Strickland is not the most dangerous man in AEW. That is Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is a walking Armageddon. MVP says Shelton Benjamin will be starting in the Continental Classic tonight to show AEW how it's done. MVP says we come to take championship titles, then we leverage those titles for more money and more power. MVP says what do? We hurt people. Then out comes Mark Briscoe, who's Shelton Benjamin's first opponent in the Continental Classic tournament. Briscoe on his way to the ring gets into Bobby Lashley's face, then the bell rings. They shake hands and then Benjamin tosses Briscoe into the ropes, gets his arms around his waist, and Briscoe gets to the ropes for a clean break. Benjamin then hits a back body drop on Briscoe. Briscoe then hits a drop kick through the ropes to the outside. Benjamin then catches Briscoe and hits a belly to belly overhead suplex on the outside. Benjamin is then about to lawn dart Briscoe into the ring post. Briscoe escapes and he pushes Benjamin into the ring post, gets back into the ring, runs around, and then hits a suicide dive. Then we come back from commercial break and we see Mark attempting a J-driller, but Benjamin reverses it into a back body drop, but then Mark reverses it into a sunset flip. 1, 2, Benjamin kicks out. Then off the break, Shelton hits a super kick followed by the exploder suplex. 1, 2, 3, Shelton Benjamin picks up the victory. Next we see Tony Schiavone standing at the top of the entranceway when he welcomes the reigning, defending TBS champion Mercedes Moné. With Camille, whose arm is still in a sling, Moné says, "Chicago, you better say hello to your CEO." Tony asks Moné how it feels to be in one of the best women's matches of the year. Oh my! Moné says it feels like money. I am the greatest TBS champion of all time. And it looks like she is about to fire Camille when Camille grabs the mic in Moné's hand and says, "Shut up. Are you stupid or are you just dumb? You can't fire me 'cause I quit." Then Camille walks away and Moné looks very upset. Didn't Moné get a business card from MVP recently? Then the next contest of the evening is a one-on-one match with Chris Jericho against Ishii for the Ring of Honor World Championship. They chop each other back and forth about 40 times. Then there's even more chops on the apron before Jericho plants Ishii with a DDT. Ishii's head first into the apron and he's standing on his head. Then back in the ring they open hand slap each other about 40 more times, leading to a commercial break. We come back from break and we see Ishii hit a code breaker on Jericho for a 2 count. Ishii then hits a big clothesline. Ishii then hits Y2J with an enziguri. Ishii then runs the ropes and runs right into a Judas effect. Jericho then hits a second Judas effect. 1, 2, 3. Jericho retains the Ring of Honor World title. Then we go to the back and we see Renee with Prince Nana and Swerve Strickland. She asks Swerve after the loss to Bobby Lashley, where does he go from here? Swerve says, win or lose, I always figure it out. But I've never been hit so damn hard as Bobby hit me. Max Caster walks by and says brutal, laughing. Swerve says, my man, what's so funny? Max turns around and he says, what's funny is you. What's funny is you lost at the Prudential Center, the same arena. You lost the tag team titles to me. Then Swerve pushes Max up against the wall and then tosses him onto a cart. He rains down right hands on Max. Then he kicks Max in the head. Max goes down and Swerve walks away. Then Tony Schiavone welcomes Adam Hangman Page to the ring. Tony asks Hangman why he attacked Wheeler Yuta during the main event of Full Gear and tried to help Christian Cage win the World Heavyweight Championship. Hangman grabs the mic from Tony and he says at Full Gear, I had a deal and I held up my side of the deal, and if Christian would have held up his side of the deal, I'd be eating Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow as the World Heavyweight Champion. But Christian, you failed, so let me be crystal clear. My intention has always been to be the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And then out comes the Switchblade, Jay White. Jay says, Hanger, I got a question for you. What happened in your match with the Switchblade at Full Gear? Oh yeah, you lost. Jay then gets into the ring with Paige, but Pac pulls him out and throws him into the barricade. Yuta from behind hits a chop block on Paige. They put the boots to Paige, and Shafir gets in the ring and hits Paige over the head with the briefcase. Shafir is about to hit White, but White ducks and is about to hit Shafir with the Switchblade, but Mox from behind puts on a choke and he chokes out Jay White. Then the Death Riders leave through the crowd. The next contest is a Continental Classic tournament match with Claudio versus Ricochet. Claudio starts the match with a scoop slam. Ricochet then goes for a hurricanrana, but Claudio catches him and looks like he's going to try for a powerbomb. But Ricochet completes the hurricanrana, sending Claudio to the outside of the ring. Then Ricochet dives to the outside, but Claudio catches him and drops him on the barricade. Then Claudio throws Ricochet back into the ring. We come back from commercial break and Claudio tosses Ricochet to the outside of the ring. He tosses him into the barricade again. Then Claudio drops Ricochet on the barricade crotch first. Oh my. Claudio gets in the ring and the ref starts the 10, but Ricochet makes it in before the 10 count. Claudio then hits a big lariat. 1, 2, 3. Claudio picks up the 3 points in the victory. Then out comes Adam Cole, Mike Bennett, and Matt Taven. Adam Cole says, what you did to Roddy was disgusting. And Max, when I get my hands on you, I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life. Then out comes Kyle O'Reilly, and Kyle O'Reilly says, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of you trying to fight Max. I want Max. I'm gonna beat Max. Then MJF shows up on the Titantron playing a piano. He says, neither one of you are gonna face me anytime in the near future, because next week is the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal. Then MJF plays the piano to a hard out. Adam Cole says, I'm entering the Battle Royal. Then Kyle O'Reilly says, I'm entering the Battle Royal as well. Then we go to the back and we see Renee with Mina. Renee says, I can't imagine the heartbreak you must be going through, but it feels like you were ready for this to happen. Mina says, I knew the day would come. I knew after what Mariah did to Tony Storm, she could do that to me and anyone else. She is so selfish. Then from behind, May smashes a champagne bottle over Mina's head and she starts whipping her with the Women's Championship. Then it's announced in 2 weeks at Winter's Coming, Mina will face May for the Women's Championship. Then it was time for the main event of the evening where Brody King went one-on-one with Darby Allin. Before the match begins, they shake hands and after the bell they lock up and Brody shoves Allin to the ground. Then Brody hits a splash in the corner. We come back from commercial break and Darby's about to go for a coffin drop, but Brody catches him, puts him in a choke. Then Brody hits the Go-So Bomb. 1, 2, 3. Brody King defeats Darby Allin.